Hey everyone, how's it going? Just gonna be doing a really quick little video here of kind of just a to-do list, all the different project cars that I got right now, what I'm working on, what I need to do, and just kind of, all the stuff I bought, why I got it, what I think's neat, and probably do a whole series of these just on, I don't know, whatever people want to see, I guess. I'll probably make individual videos for a lot of these things later. It's been pretty cold right now, so I haven't really been doing a whole lot. All this snow in my yard just melted. This is a 95 Pontiac Firebird. I just got this around Christmas time. I bought it for $450. The guy, it like cranks, but it doesn't start. Mostly right now, I haven't done much of anything with it because it's mostly sat out here just covered in snow since I got it. The main reason I bought this is the exact car I had in high school. It's even got the 3.4 liter engine, which is probably the worst one you could get in one of these. But that was what I had, so I actually kind of like that. And I don't know, it just really, it's funny too, even buying it, it looks kind of like a high school kid car. It's got the Sony Explode radio and stuff, and I don't know, I kind of wanted to try and see if I could get it running. And it was only 450 bucks, and just see if I could kind of relive some of my memories, I guess, with this car. But like I said, I've been charging the battery. I don't think that battery is going to come back to life because it only has like 4 volts or something. So I got to throw that one out and probably buy a new one. And I'm hoping that this car just needs a fuel pump or something like that. But yeah, that's really it. I have my Arctic Cat back here. I had to pull it off the car hauler with a winch on my 4-wheeler because I couldn't even get it off of there. This is my old car hauler. It's a little too big for my truck, so I'm actually trying to get rid of that right now. Because this is a new truck I got, the 2018 Raptor, which I did a couple videos of that already. A lot of people really seem to like it. Let's see. I got that box on the porch. It's actually a headache rack to it, which I'll be putting the headache rack on pretty soon probably. It's kind of just been sitting there for the past month or so because it's been so cold. I'm kind of worried because most of the parking garages here are about 6'6", which I haven't driven this in one of those, and I don't think it'll fit in a 6'6" garage. The main one downtown is like 7 feet, and the antenna usually hits all kinds of stuff. So I'm worried that if I put the headache rack on, it might not really squeeze into the 7-foot garage that well anymore. But I don't know, it makes me a little nervous, so I might even have to kind of cut the rack down or something, or kind of get a new video to parking garages. But it's going to be tough if I can't drive that truck in the city because it's my daily driver. Let's see, let's go in the garage. We'll open it up. Turn some lights on in here. Big thing, I've been trying to put more lights in here. I've been trying to work in the garage unless I'm working on stuff in it. But just trying to get more shelves and get things organized and put more lights in instead of these little bulbs. I got a couple different versions of these just like plug them in LED shop lights, which I have one of them up already. It's unplugged, you can't actually even see it with the garage door up. But I might just get like 6 of those, and then I can just kind of plug them in really easily. Or maybe wire an outlet that has a switch on it. Let's see. This bike is pretty cool. Try and get a better shot of it. But it's a 1987 Suzuki SP125, and I've had a lot of fun riding this around. I put like 50 miles on it. I've been waiting for paperwork from the dealership. I bought this about 3 months ago, and I still don't have any paperwork to take to the DMV to try and get a plate for it to get it registered. But they just told me 2 days ago that they're mailing it out. So they said they were putting in the mail that day. I'm mainly just hoping to be able to ride it when the spring comes, take it on the road, and ride it down to some trails. It goes pretty good, even with me on it. It goes, I mean, I could only really get up to 40 on the roads I was riding it on, but it had a lot more. I was only in like 4th gear. And when you hit the hills with a 125 as a full-size grown man, it lugs up quite a bit, but hopefully I lose a few pounds before I take it out again. This is my Ninja. This was my first bike. It's a 2007 Ninja, and I rebuilt the carburetor on it last year, but I had a few other things I had to do before I put it on the street, and I never really finished it all. And I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to kind of like pull the carb off and like try and re-gum it out again. And there's a few things I have to fix with like the throttle is kind of sticking on it, so you know, I don't even know, I might need like a whole new piece for this, but I'm gonna try and lube the lines up and kind of like disassemble all this. But it only needs a few things figured out on it, and hopefully I'll be riding this around this summer too. And I have my Corvette here, which is a 74 Stingray, and I just got this. I got everything pretty much at the end of last year, except for a few things like that bike. I think that bike is the only thing that I've kept with me since I moved down here. And I love this car. I love the 74. It's got T-tops, of course, which, you know, they all do unless they're convertibles. And I don't know, I actually like it without the chrome bumpers. I like the rubber bumpers, like people call them, which this was the first year for that. And I like this different style, the small rear window, and the 74 just looks really sleek to me. Like the 74, 75, and obviously the ones from like the late 60s, early 70s had a little bit better engines in them, but you know, none of these things are race cars today. And you know, it's still fun to drive. You know, just a little V8 to put around in, and it looks cool as hell. So this thing, I'm trying to think what I got to do to it. So I fixed a few things on it already. Mainly right now, the only thing I kind of have a part on it is the headlight, which none of these really work that good. One of them goes down on its own. Neither one of them will go up. And yeah, so I've just been redoing a lot of the seals in them. I found the seals that were bad. I ordered them. I got sent the wrong pieces to it, and you know, that's it. So I'm trying to fix, it's a bunch of little things. The headlights don't work. The tachometer doesn't work. It runs and drives pretty good. It could use a new exhaust. Probably the biggest thing it needs is this bumper, which I took the old bumper off, and this one's just sitting on here. So I got to kind of get it lined up and bolted onto the car. And I just haven't really, it's been so cold, I haven't really wanted to do any fiberglass or any paint or anything like that. And a lot of the projects I have are paint. So this has been put on hold until it warms up just a little bit, which it's starting to already. So pretty soon I'll get this on the car and then I can get it all painted. And I've been trying to get the actual color for this too, because originally it was like this this maroon kind of red that you can see there, which is a little different from this red. That's the bright, vibrant red there. And yeah, it's nice. This is a nice one to like kind of drive around. It's not the fanciest one or any kind of collector's piece or anything like that. So I really like to, you probably can't see it because it's too dark, but it has this 80s stereo equalizer, which I think is the coolest stupid thing in this car. So I had a few problems too when I got it. It had a fuel leak on the carburetor, which I fixed. The heater core wasn't hooked up, which I don't know why yet, and it doesn't, from everything I've done with it so far, it doesn't seem to leak. So I think it was just unhooked. This is a different engine that somebody swapped in, and there's a lot of things they just never hooked up, and I think they just kind of had it capped off because they weren't using it or something. I don't know. Or maybe they had it clogged, but it really didn't seem like it was clogged, and everything works fine. And you know, we haven't lost any coolant since it's been hooked up, so just kind of weird. I think maybe somebody thought it was bad and they had it bypassed or what, but you know, I hooked it up the right way and it seems to work fine. But yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to drive this again. I only got to drive it like 3 times before it got really, the winter got crazy, and I didn't really want to drive it in the snow and salt and everything. So let's see. I might, what else do I got to talk about? We get the Humvee out in the back, which I keep talking about in videos, and I should probably put that in this one. So I'm gonna go walk over to my barn and we'll do a little walk around to the Humvee. All right.